Okay, so I'm going to be doing a live stream today for the sixth graders. So I am going to, no one's here yet, so I'm going to try to fill some time. I'm going to go over pages 162 through 167. Hello, Madison. I am going to read those 5 pages, and then I'm going to go over the questions. Who else? Oh, and it's Lena. Okay, if you guys want, you can stick around, but this is going over the 6th grade packet, so you can hang out if you want. It's up to you. Anyway, and David, cool, we do have a 6th grader. So anyway, we are going to start going over reading, and then I will go over the questions, and then the rest of the packet we will finish next week. So I would try to get caught up. I don't necessarily want you to do work over the weekend, but like if you're behind, I would try to do work over the weekend. Also, if you guys are, I know it says there's 5 of you watching right now, but I've only heard from 3 of you. So if you guys join, if you can either go in the chat box or comment when this video is over with, just let me know that you're here so I can give you your credit for like your online attendance. I don't want people to lose points because they forgot to comment. Anyway, we are going to get started. So page 162. Have you ever visited an aquarium and admired all the magnificent animals and fish that live below the sea? The beauty of such a scene can make us forget an uncomfortable truth. Some of these marine animals are in grave danger. Humans hunt marine animals for food and for sport. The populations of these animals have been declining for decades, and scientists have been working to save these endangered animals. Hammerhead sharks. One of the most fascinating marine animals is the hammerhead shark. It is a relative of the great white shark, but not as dangerous. Hammerheads swim in relatively warm waters, often near coastlines. They are not aggressive toward humans, but they will defend themselves if attacked. Hammerheads are known for the unusual shape of their heads, which have a flat shape like a hammer. The shape enables them to move their heads very quickly and grab other marine life for food. Hammerheads can grow to be very large, although most are medium-sized. One kind of hammerhead, called a great hammerhead, can grow to be 20 feet long and weigh 1,000 pounds. Hi, Dimitri. Hunting hammerheads. Hammerhead sharks have been endangered for many years. They are hunted for their meat, which people eat. They are also hunted for sport. Mostly, people hunt them for one small part of their bodies, their fins. Shark fin soup is a favorite in many Asian countries. The hunting of hammerhead sharks is brutal. Fishermen catch the sharks in nets and pull them on board the ship. While the shark is still alive, its fin is cut off. This practice is called finning. Then the hammerhead shark is tossed back in the water. Not surprisingly, most of these sharks die. There are international restrictions against hunting hammerhead sharks, but people still do it anyway. Slowly, though perhaps too slowly, people are starting to realize that the hammerheads must be protected before they are hunted into extinction. In 2011, the state of Florida passed laws making it illegal to hunt and fin hammerheads. The laws also made it illegal to own and sell hammerheads within the state. In part of Australia, laws were passed in 2012 to protect hammerhead sharks from human predators. And in 2013, 178 countries came together at an international wildlife summit to agree to protect hammerhead sharks. The agreement requires countries to obtain special permission before they can sell shark fins to other countries. Blue whales. One of the most special and most endangered of all marine animals is the blue whale. The blue whale is the largest animal in the world. They can be 90 to 100 feet long and weigh up to 200 tons. That's about the same, That's about the same weight as 23 elephants. They are bluish-gray and sleekly shaped, so they can glide through the water easily. Blue whales have short fins and small flippers, so it is amazing how well they can swim. They consume tons of krill, small shrimp-like sea animals, for food. Another fascinating aspect of blue whales is the haunting sounds they make. Scientists are not sure why whales emit these pulses or calls. They suspect it is a form of communication among the whales. Hunting blue whales. Whaling, the hunting of whales, has been practiced for thousands of years. Whales were desired for their meat and their fat, called blubber, which was boiled and used as oil. Because these whales are so large, one whale provided a substantial supply of blubber. In the 20th century, marine biologists began to notice that the whale population was declining rapidly. It is estimated that 360,000 blue whales were killed in the southern hemisphere alone. Blue whales were nearly extinct. Starting in the mid-1960s, there was sufficient concern that whales began to be protected. By the 1980s, whaling was illegal in nearly every country, and it remains so today. Though whaling is outlawed today, whales are not out of danger completely. Many people around the world still hunt whales illegally, both for food and sport. Whale watching is a popular vacation activity, yet it can upset the natural environment of whales and cause harm. The population of blue whales is very small today. They're considered an endangered species. Efforts must be made to continue to protect them. Hi, Lucas. So we're going to flip back to page 162 and start going over the questions there. So start on Cite Evidence A, which is also on page 162. The author's point of view includes opinions about the topic that can shape the context of the text. In paragraph 1, circle the sentence that most helps you to understand the author's point of view in this text. So you're looking for the opinion sentence in paragraph 1. The sentence I found was about in the middle of the paragraph. Some of these marine animals are in grave danger. Because to the people hunting them, these animals might not be in grave danger, but to the people that care and want these animals to be protected, if you're getting hunted and killed, you're in grave danger. Cite Evidence B. Specific language helps the author to convey his or her point of view. In paragraph 4, circle words that show how strong the author's feelings are about hammerhead sharks. Then discuss what other words on this page help to convey the author's point of view. Bye, Lena. So just circle or write 2 to 3 words or 2 to 3 phases. Again, you are looking for words that help convey the author's feelings and the author's point of view. So if I looked at paragraph 4, I'm only going to give you guys one of the words I circled. But I put hunted because if you put, oh, people were, killing these animals for survival, we might not necessarily think about it as harshly because we're like, oh, people are doing it to survive. But hunted kind of has a negative connotation. We think of like something being wrongfully murdered. So that's just one of the words I circled in paragraph 4. I want you guys to find 2 to 3 words in paragraph 4. You can use my example, that's fine. So going over to Cite Evidence C, underline a sentence in paragraph 5 that directly reveals the author's point of view about hunting hammerhead sharks. What details in the paragraph support his point of view? So you guys are going to look at paragraph 5, and it wants you to underline a sentence in paragraph 5 that directly reveals the author's point of view about hunting hammerhead sharks. So you're looking for how the author feels about people hunting hammerhead sharks. So again, you're looking for the opinion. I underlined the part that says, not surprisingly, most of these sharks die, because the author throws in their opinion of, well, I'm not surprised if they're being hunted, and their fins are cut off, which is how they swim, they're going to die. What details in the paragraph support his point of view? If you guys want to just write another sentence from that paragraph that supports, either you can do the line I underlined or a different one you want to underline, just write it off to the side next to Cite Evidence C. Cite Evidence D. The author expresses a point of view about protecting hammerheads in paragraph 6. Underline the sentence that clearly expresses that point of view. So again, go over to paragraph 6. You are going to find, I'm not going to help you this time, you're going to find your own sentence. And then discuss your own point of view on that topic. So I think for this one, because this paragraph talks about restrictions and like all the things that should be put in place to make sure hammerheads aren't endangered, The question is basically asking you, and it says discuss your own point of view. How do you guys feel about hunting or having specific permits to go hunting? Like I know people are really, they're usually, not everyone, people are normally fine with going and hunting deer because we have a pretty big deer population. And a lot of people use most of the deer after they kill it. But for sharks, it sounds like they're only trying to get their fins. So is it really worth hunting something for just a fin? Again, it brings us back to the argument too of like we use deer for food, but sharks, they again just use the fins. Like you're not using the whole shark. So it's your opinion. There's no right or wrong for that. Just write it below Cite Evidence D. And then it says for the comprehension check, how does the article on Hammerheads reflect the point of view of the author? So how does the article on Hammerheads reflect the point of view of the author? What things has the author said that support their point of view that these animals are in danger? Use information from the text in your answer. Just find a sentence or two, copy that sentence down here where the comprehension check is, and that is how you'll get credit for that one. Flipping over to page 164, Cite Evidence A, underline the sentence in paragraph 8 that shows the author's point of view about whale swimming abilities. So going over to paragraph 8, look for the opinion piece again. Most of this talks about facts. Like, for example, a fact is they can be 90 to 100 feet long. We can measure whales. Like, so that's a fact. We can confirm that. The fact that I found is towards the end of paragraph 8. I'm going to leave you guys to find that one. If you have questions, though, feel free to ask. Cite Evidence B. In paragraph 12, underline the words that help to convey the author's point of view. Discuss how an author's choice of words can help to express a point of view. So underline words that help convey the author's point of view in paragraph 12. So you have to jump over to page 165. I looked for, again, think of how we talked about the word hunted being kind of like a negative word. I would find other words that kind of go on like the whole negative connotation of things, or things that can't necessarily be supported with like research or facts. So it says, discuss how an author's choice of words can help express a point of view. So word choice, like I just said, is important because you have positive and negative connotations for certain things. What I did here is I compared, I answered the next question. How can point of view differ among different authors and texts? I talked about in the Hammerhead Shark article, the author was like really like aggressive and passionate. Like the author was just like, no, you're wrong. We're not hunting sharks. But in this whale, like the blue whale section, it's more so like, hey, I don't want us to hunt whales. I don't think it's great. Like it's not as aggressive, straightforward. It's more like a suggestion. So then moving over to the comprehension check questions. Number 1, in biology is a great career. So these are all opinions. However, we have to focus more so on the argument to answer this one. So A, we should go whale watching every summer. The author argues against that in paragraph 12, so we'll circle that as your answer. It is amazing to see blue whales swim, while the author says that is cool to see them swim because they do have such little fins. That doesn't really support the argument of why we should protect them. C, efforts must be made to protect the blue whale, so I would circle C. And then D, marine biology is a great career. Doesn't talk about marine biology anywhere, so I wouldn't go with that one. Number 2, which of these sentences best expresses the author's point of view? A, one of the most special of all marine animals is the blue whale. B, blue whales have short fins and small flippers. C, many people around the world still hunt whales illegally. Or D, in the 20th century, blue whales nearly became extinct. So this one, again, you're looking for the opinion. Only one of those is an opinion. The other 3 more so work on factual information that you can research. So select the one that is strictly an opinion. For number 3, you don't have to do this with a partner. You can work by yourself. If you do want to, you can ask me for help. Your parent, sibling, friend, ask anyone for help. Discuss how the section about blue whales is similar to and different from the previous section about hammerhead sharks. So you're comparing and contrasting how the author spoke about blue whales and how the author spoke about the hammerhead sharks. There is a slight difference, so if you guys are struggling with this one, that's fine. Be sure to analyze the points of view and refer to the text in your answer. For this one, when I was looking at the point of view, it helped me a lot to look at the tone, or kind of, like the feeling the author sets when they write. So again, if it makes sense and it's easy for you, I would look at tone to help you answer that. If you guys have questions about that one, again, email me, comment on this, go in the chat box. So we are going to read 166 and 167, and then go over the questions. So 166, protecting the blue whale. The blue whale is an endangered species, and hunting them is illegal. Yet blue whales still need people to fight for their survival. A marine biologist named Asha DeVos is doing just that. Asha DeVos was born in Sri Lanka, an island nation off the coast of India. She has a passionate interest in blue whales, particularly those that swim in the northern Indian Ocean near Sri Lanka. She is deeply concerned that the ships that travel in and out of the Indian Ocean delivering goods to and from neighboring countries are disturbing the natural habitat of blue whales. A special place for blue whales. DeVos has studied the blue whales in the northern Indian Ocean, and she has noticed some interesting things. Most blue whales swim to the north or south poles to find food. Then they return to warm waters to mate. The blue whales in both the north and south poles. All other oceans do. So perhaps that is why the blue whales are not swimming to the poles each season, or perhaps there is another explanation. The northern Indian Ocean is a special place for another reason. The blue whales there seem to love it. Female blue whales in particular respond to the waters as a good place to raise calves. DeVos is horrified when she witnesses huge ships cutting through the ocean. These ships could slice right through a blue whale in what is called a ship strike. DeVos believes that shipping companies must increase their awareness so they are more careful of the blue whales swimming around and beneath them. Asha DeVos will not rest until she knows the blue whales in the northern Indian Ocean are protected. So that is 166 and 167. We are going to go over the cite evidence questions on 166. Before I do that, I want to let you guys know I already posted the vocabulary terms for these pages on the Google Classroom. So if you need help with vocab, that's where to find the vocabulary. And then let's get started on the questions. So cite evidence A, circle the sentence in paragraph 14 that expresses the author's point of view. So you're going to look at paragraph 14. There's only 3 sentences. 2 of them can be supported with facts or research. One of them is an opinion. Keep that in mind when you answer that one. Cite evidence B. Underline a sentence in paragraph 15 that reveals that Asha DeVos has the same point of view as the author. So find the sentence, paragraph 15, that the author agrees with the researcher that they're talking about. So I first would find the author's point of view in paragraph 14, and then try to find a sentence that's similar to that one in paragraph 15. So the second part is, then think about how this point of view is similar to or different from those in the other articles. What they mean by other articles is the ones that were on 162 through 165. You just have to write like 1 or 2 words comparing and contrasting them. You don't need to write a whole big paragraph because it doesn't really give you a bunch of room to write that much. So then jumping over to page 167 with the comprehension check questions. Number 1, which of the following summarizes Asha DeVos's point of view according to the article? So again, you need to find her point of view, and then you are going to select the summary. So A, shipping in the Indian Ocean, and the ships that are going through the ocean, she doesn't support because it can harm the whales. So I would not pick A. Be fighting to protect them. And then number 2, or we just did number 2. No, oh my God. I'm all over the place. C, for number 1, she is concerned that shipping lanes in the Indian Ocean are endangering the blue whales that live there. So I would agree with that. I would circle C. She does have concerns because she's talking about the ship striking, which is when like the ships cut open the whales. Or D, she wants to see shipping companies expand their shipping lines. Again, she doesn't explain, or she doesn't support the shipping companies because she doesn't want all the traffic going through the Indian Ocean where the whales live. I'm going on to number 2. Now we're on number 2. Which sentence based on the text shows the author's point of view? So this time you're looking for the author's point of view, not the researcher's point of view. So which sentence based on the text shows the author's point of view? A, Asha DeVos has studied the blue whales in the northern Indian Ocean. Asha DeVos is the researcher. We want the author. We don't care about Asha's opinion. B, most blue whales do not stay in one place. B could possibly be the answer for this one because it focuses on something the author wrote. C, Asha DeVos was born in the country of Sri Lanka. Again, this has to do with Asha, and her being born in Sri Lanka doesn't really contribute anything to our story. Or D, the Northern Indian Ocean is a special place. Again, I would look at this one because that's something the author wrote themselves, which could be an opinion. And then number 3, how is this article similar to and different from the other article about marine animals? Consider the differences or similarities in authors' points of view and cite text evidence in your answer. So again, what it means by other articles is the article that you just read on page 162 through 165. So the one big thing that I noticed is in the last section we read, it was purely the author's opinions and the research that they have done. But in this section, it incorporates the author's own point of view along with the researcher's point of view and the work that she has done. Also, it says to cite text evidence in your answer. So go ahead and find like one sentence from each story that we read today in this session and write that to support your answer. Don't just give me a random off-the-wall sentence that you found. It has to make sense with what you wrote about how the articles are different and similar. Okay. So we have 5 minutes left. So I saw that Lucas put you guys are having problems joining the Google Classroom. Let me pull up the email I sent out about that. So give me 1 second. I have some names. Sorry, this is taking forever. Okay, so go back to YouTube. Okay, so first things first, when you guys are trying to get into the Google Classroom, you have to sign out of every single Gmail account. So I know on my laptop, I have my college email, my work email, and then I just have like another Gmail that I don't use for school or work. you have to log out of every single one of those so that when you go to Google in the right-hand corner, it just says sign in. If you don't feel like doing that, I also recommend being on Chrome. So if you don't have Google Chrome, download it. It doesn't take very long to download. The other thing too is if you go up into the right-hand corner of your screen, there's like these 3 dots. And you are going to, if you want to do it this way, you don't want to sign out of all the accounts. When you click the 3 dots, it says new incognito window. You can open an incognito window and there should be no other accounts signed into that one. So either open an incognito window or sign out of all your other accounts in just the regular Google window. Then when you go to sign in to your Gmail account, you can go to Gmail or you can just sign in from the Google page. You are going to log in with your Summit Academy email that you use to get into the Chromebooks at school. Your email is whatever your name is, the year you graduate at SA-students. So I will write there. So that's the like end of what your email. A lot of you guys keep trying to do like your name and then at summitacademies.org. That's not your email. That's the kind of email that staff has. That's not the email that students have. So then you're going to log in. Your password for your Gmail is also the same password that you use to log into the Chromebooks at school. So once you get logged in, it's going to say like, oh, you don't have access to the email. That's fine. You guys don't need email. So then you'll open another Google tab. Make sure you go to Google. And then in the right-hand corner of that, there's like the 9 little boxes. You'll click that, and then it has like a drop-down menu, and you'll click the little chalkboard that says Classroom. And then when you hit the Classroom one, it'll bring up a page of all the classrooms that you have been invited to, and you just need to click Join for whichever classrooms you've been invited to. All students have been invited to at least a classroom for language arts. I don't know if all the other teachers, I think Mr. Fitzpatrick is using Google Classroom and Mr. Sirianni is using it. I don't know if Mr. Andrews is. But the most important part of it is you need to log out of all other emails. Like, do not be logged into any Google account at all. The other thing too, I just prefer to use the incognito window because you're already signed out of everything and you can only sign into one account. Okay, thanks, Dimitri. I wasn't sure if he was doing it, but I know most of us decided to use Google Classroom. But yeah, that's how you get into your Google Classroom. That's pretty much it. If you guys, it shouldn't be, I did send out an email. I think, Lucas, I have your mom's email, so she should have gotten the email. But that's the only way I know how to get into it. Mr. Fitzpatrick, I know, has been doing a lot of like technology work and stuff. So if he maybe has another way you guys get in, you guys can get in, you can try to reach out to him. That's the way I've been able to get people in, and that's what's worked for me and a couple other students. But that's, like I said, the only way I know how to get into it. And we have probably a third of you have joined the Google Classroom now. I wouldn't say half, but most of you are at least trying to get into the Google Classroom, which is cool. I also upload additional resources to the Google Classroom, so that's why I think you guys should join it. But anyway, I am writing down everyone's name that was here, so I'm giving you credit. And then, does anyone have any questions before I go? Because it's 11:30, but if you have questions, like, I'll stick around. Also, if you guys have not gone in the chat box and told me, like, you're here, tell me that you're here so I can give you credit for being here. So far, I have Dimitri, David, Lucas, Madison, and Lena. Madison and Lena don't really need to be here. But there's 5 of you watching, and I only have 3 6th graders. So let me know if you are here so that I can give you credit and you don't lose points for like online participation. The other thing too is Mrs. Yingling wants us to start giving you guys like a code word, so you guys can get credit if you don't want to go in the chat box for being here. Your code word for today, you guys are either going to email it to us, directly message in the Google Hangouts. Do not like send it to the group. Or you don't comment on the video either. Or if you're in the Google Classroom, you can message me over the Google Classroom. But your code word can be chapstick because I keep thinking about how chapped my lips are. Okay, Lucas, I'm glad your mom is home. But if no one has questions, I guess I'm gonna go. I'll be uploading a new writing prompt to the Google Classroom on Monday morning. And I'll be uploading another video of me doing the remaining grammar rules. And then we might email on the weekends, but I do check it on Saturday and Sunday. So I may not get back to you as quickly, but I do check it. So I will see you guys Monday at 11 a.m. Lucas, I see your mom will email me. But yeah, I'm doing my next live stream for you guys Monday at 11 a.m. again. So I will see you guys then. This has been fun.